Okay, so we finished with our character. So let's get this show on the road, shall we? The caravan master finishes addressing the group. His bushy red... What is this? I think that should say mustache. Second jolts quivering as if for emphasis. I don't get this.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods toward a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks over.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Yeah, okay, so he looked to another guy before, you know. So, where would I find these berries?
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
Okay. What are those ruins over there?
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pond, so I hear.
So, if they didn't build it, who did build these
Got
ruins?
different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
So, is it dangerous out here?
Not if you hurry about your business. And not if the weather holds up.
There is concern in his tone, but he does not elaborate. What kind of weather do they get out here?
This time of year? Rain, mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beowick. Born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never care to.
Okay. What are these huge rocks coming up out of the ground?
They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories.
That's the green stuff here, I presume.
It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
Okay, I go see about these berries then.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot. Not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armor-clad woman who has spent the journey's nights sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
The woman looks up on her own time.
He needs to find some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything.
I doubt it.
Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
Okay. Bonus points if you had... is it Phil Collins or Genesis? In your head ringing on the last sentence? Anyhow, let's just change this thing. So, here's the game. It's paused at the moment. If you look at it, I'll use the arrow keys here. It looks like Baldur's Gate. Well, a little bit better than Baldur's Gate, but it looks like it. This is me, Mustache LP, and this is a woman called Kalisha. Nice. If we hit tab, we can see interesting stuff. Oh, do I have mechanics? I sure do, I think. And here's something. So it highlights everything we can loot, but not hidden stuff. And these things I can click. So...
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
These tall glass green pillars appear as if they have sprouted from the earth. The flickering fire sets shadows dancing within. So,
right.
Left click to move. Pretty straightforward. Let's check our character sheet real quick. So, if you played Baldur's Gate, you know these kind of things do seem familiar for you, right? So, I do have mechanics too, so you should be able to open this thing. I have my abilities here. Fighting Spirit is my... I can click everything, basically. Here I have stats for my weapons, damage reduction, and defenses, and Kalisha has her own stats and stuff. I won't spoil anything, but it's fine.
I'll get it open.
There we go. That was some kind of potion of minor endurance, so basically a healing potion, which I can put in my quick items. As you can see, if I click myself here, I can easily exit this and access it. Easily access my powers as well. As you can see, I start with 15 focus.
Yeah.
Which is nice. So, what's in here? Direwood clothing. Which is basically light armor, but doesn't give any damage reduction. And here we go, what's in here? Copper and minor regeneration, which is health over time, I think. Sure is. Let's equip that as well.
Yeah. Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
Okay, you see a man wearing simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by a wrecked tear in the seam of his tunic.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
He scratches one cheek with his knuckles. It's covered with uneven stubble, as if he hasn't quite gotten used to shaving on the road.
Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Who are you?
I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
So, here, you see I have 4 options, and 3 of those have, because I did tick it in the option menu, have these annotations. So, these are like, my character gains a reputation for being, you know, for his like character. I don't seem to find the correct word for it to use it, but I gain a reputation, right? So I can choose which one I want. As a cipher, I'm free to choose whichever I like. There are classes like the priest, whose deity gives him dispositions, which are positive and negative. So you are inclined for your spells to work follow these dispositions. So I'm choosing... cruel is not my thing. I will go with passionate. With an outlook like that, I'm sure you'll do well. Well, we'll see, I suppose. I'm just trying to do right by my family.
Something else you need? Looks like we're settled for the night.
Tell me about the Adir Empire.
It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Raed Saris and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire. A fact our companions are quick to remind me of.
He gives you a loop-sided grin and nods at the other scattered caravanners. So why'd you move all the way out here?
Because it seemed friendlier than Raed Saris? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
He shrugs. Deerwood is a former Adir colony. So it seemed like a good place to start. And as much as I admire the Raed Sarans' work ethic, yeah, they've always struck me as a little fanatical. So I can choose again, one neutral and the one is diplomatic, and then we have rational. I think passionate is on the wrong end of rational, but I am a rationalist actually in real life. So nah, I'm going the diplomatic route. I like passionate. A blush rises from under his collar. Not at all. Just doing my part. So I don't want to buy anything, so I'd better go. So follow the road, they said. It'll be easy, they said. Who's this guy? This is Spoffle?
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he wants to hunt. Let's... Okay, road.
Let's check by those outcroppings.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Our first fight. I will put it into slow mode right now. So it's a young wolf. As you can see, I have no information about the young wolf, and that's the neat thing. You gain information about enemies when you fight them. So I don't know anything about the wolf. So let's see. I have 15 focus, and I need 10 to fire those. So why not start with a mind wave, which is it an AoE or is it target? Area of effect, target plus length. So
What you need?
Focusing on the target. Here we go. Rums. Woo. That is what beautiful. Did you see that? That was beautiful. So here you can see I grazed him. So I rolled a 23 plus 21 against his 15 will, which was not enough to hit him. Kliska rolled a 65 plus 3, which is a 68 against a defense of 27, which is a hit. So
Yeah.
now that I cast, I will run into melee. And maybe you can see, no, you can see these lines here. This is engagement. So Kaliska is acting as a tank, basically, is engaging the wolf is engaging her. So I can engage him now without getting, you know, attacked back. And that is it. That was a pretty easy fight. It's the first fight. Looting, just left clicking.
Right.
That's a deer. Oh,
This is it.
and here you can see, I think these are the berries. Yep, they are. Odema said something about you being in business for yourself. So basically now we get to choose our backstory. So, okay, so basically, the first one I will choose. I used to transport things people wanted to keep secret. Goods, people. Yeah. How is it you happen to come here? So, I'm choosing the first option again. A competitor sold me out to the authorities, but I managed to escape capture. I know what that feels like. You really can't trust anyone, can you? Kalisha breathes in her surroundings. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Redrick's offer makes a girl think. I'll give him that. You're here to settle, like the rest of the lot? No, I'm just passing through. That's usually the case with the big city, just little ways further up the same road. Where are you headed? Somewhere I can make some money. Ah, a man after my own heart. May your luck be better than mine. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Odemal give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Why are you here? Kalisha sighs unevenly. Her eyes search the ground at her feet. My sister moved out here sometimes back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried. But that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out. And that's got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages. Been doing guide work in Ixamitl. But I'd do anything for her. She's a much better woman than me, so I'm here and we'll see. Odema I've worked with before. He doesn't usually drive a route this way, but he's doing it for me. Tell me about yourself. I got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work that lets me live that way. My family wanders too. We started in Deerwood, but my parents ended up in the living lands. I've got a brother in Rawatai and another in Adir. My sister in Gilded Vale, she's the only real homebody. What can you tell me about Deerwood? Deerwood. I'm not much for history, but from what I know, it used to be part of the Adir Empire. Broke off after a war some years back. The locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. I've been out of touch, but I've been hearing weird kinds of things about it lately. People having trouble giving birth, I guess. A lot of them. Been going on for years now. But somehow it's getting worse. With an uneasy tremor in her voice, she adds, I have to ask my sister more about it. Alright, let's get back to camp. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfle's getting you water anytime soon. He does what he feels like, when he feels like it. We should check up on him first, slap him around a little. Stream's just down that way. Come on, let's get you your water. So, quest update. Find Sparfle. So, let's look for it ourselves. So, you have a map. So, probably it's somewhere here. I know it's there, so... This is the part of the game I already played. So, I know it's there. There we go. Here we have the river, and this one is broken. Well, here we have a bridge. So we'll get over.
What a surprise. Sparfle went hunting. At least he left the water skins. Come on.
You crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin into the cool water while Kalisha waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply towards the tree line. Out of the trees... Okay. Out of the trees emerges Sparfle, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there's a strangeness to his gait. His stride, wobbly as he moves towards you with labored breath.
Sparfle? Are you all right?
Sparfle's toe catches on a rock, and he collapses forward in a heap. The feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag.
Ambush!
So, I think the developers didn't chose to use the "it's a trap" here. I think they oughta. There we go. Let's start with... wait, does it... Okay, so the target does not get prone. Only the guys behind him. So I want this guy to get eye-striked.
What you need?
You...
No good.
There we go. So this hunter is shooting me in the back, which is not good. There we go. This is the dead one.
What you need?
No, you're not. I have Kalisha run up first, and he is actually... I can cast again. There we go. I think she's blinded. Yep, blinded and dazed for 4.6 seconds. Oh.
Let's go!
That's a misclick. There we go.
Come on, we have to get back to camp.
Okay. Oh, first let's loot them. And I will switch armor here because I have to explain something. This is mail armor. It has damage reduction of 9, 14 against slash and 5 against crush. A recovery speed of minus 45%. Recovery speed is the time it takes you from after an attack. You have to recover and then you can attack again. So, as you can see here, this height armor has only has a damage reduction of 5, so 4 less. 6 against pierce, 6 freeze, 3 corrode, but a recovery speed of minus 25. So it will speed up my attacks, which is what I use to gain focus, so I can get more casts in, right? So that's why I'm changing here. I could also, you know, equip a bow, and many ciphers do that, I think. So, they want us to get back to camp. Can you hear the fighting noises? I can hear fighting noises. Because here we go. Let's go slow. Kalisha will run up and... There we go. Okay.
What you need?
So, in this case,
Yeah.
I will go here and do the mind wave that hits. Just didn't hit him. Oops. Yeah, that was bad. Okay. Anyhow, let's kill them with my damage. I do have a lot of damage. There we go. Let's kill him, and I can use another mind wave.
Sure.
Let's go!
The effect of mind wave is pretty cool. There we go. Let's loot everything. Doesn't matter now. I can sell them for later. And let's move into the camp. Let's have Kalisha run in front, because she is basically my tank. Okay. All around you lie the massacred remains of the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, splayed and buck-eyed and filthy. Sorry about that. Kalisha puts the back of her left hand to her mouth, as if to ward away some poisonous vapor. A handful of dark figures stand above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if from half-split logs. One of them, towering and severe, with a thick beard tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of the man you recognize as Heoden, the last of your caravan left standing. "Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life for a fight you will lose. So, I do have different options. So, as I said, if they have an appendix, it's giving me points towards this reputation. If they have like a prefix, this means this is a requirement. Because I have lore 1, I can use this one. So I want passionate or diplomatic, because I started with it, and I think that's the way I'm gonna go. So since this has a, it's not always better, because every character does get some, react on different methods to talk to them differently. So, but I will use this one. The ruin has not been sullied by our hands, men of Aeglanfath. Your words carry no weight when I have seen the truth with my own eyes. Blood must be paid for this intrusion. So I say again, lay down your arms. Don't trust them, they mean to kill us all. Oh wait. Oh yeah, no, that was it. So, I have a lot of... I can choose a lot of things here. Again, Might 14, only a fool attacks a weak enemy while a stronger one yet lives. I don't have the requirement for Perception, Resolve, and Athletics, so... Don't have Athletics? That sucks. Intellect 13, you can kill him, but you might as well be killing yourself. This one is Intellect 15. Judging by the string... Okay, I think I will take this because it has the highest... Well, and Resolve. I would take this. Judging by the string of animal teeth around your neck, I am guessing you are a worshipper of Galawain. If Galawain told you to stop protecting the ruins, would you? The man frowns and motions as if to swing his axe. Hielan winces, but the blow never comes. Instead, the man cocks his head intrigued. Of course, but he would not. It is by the command of all the gods that we accept this charge. How do you know? Because it's consistent with their beliefs, or because it's what you were told? The man glares. It has always been known to my people. I see. And what if Galawain's edict that weakness and age must be purged by youth and strength? You think Galawain would want some moldy, crumbling stones to survive long after their builders have turned to dust? The man's nostrils flare as he fumes. He would not. He told us otherwise. I'm sure he did. Just not you personally. But why should that stop you from killing innocents? Distracted, the man's grip falters on his axe handle, and he nearly fumbles it, affording Hierden the moment he needs to dodge out of his swing, which comes too late. Howling with rage, the man charges you instead. There we go.
How can I help?
Hierden is now in my party. He is... What is he? Rogue. Okay. First level rogue. Let's run away, little man. Run away. You run in. And I'll try to position... Oh, perfect. Perfect.
What you need?
There we go. Oh, I will send the rogue to this prone guy, because rogues get extra damage for people who are have negative effects on them. Okay, this doesn't go well. So here we go. I will use the knockdown ability on this dude.
How can I help?
And blinding strike on this dude.
It's no use.
There we go.
What you need?
This guy's dead.
Yeah.
And I can use my magic again. There we go. Easy peasy. So through clever use of my spells, I crushed them. Your enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to rise. His companions now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at you, but at the sky above you. Forgive us. Barely audible beneath his choked sighs, a whisper of wind stirs in the air. At this, the man's eyes roll back as he closes them. Good, good. The gods are just. A queer smile crosses his face. I am ready. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile. You pending pots and rattling tents like an angry spirit. You can feel it begin to seep beneath your skin, and where it pierces you, it feels as though it is rending you apart from within. Seated against a wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slashed across chest and bowel, Odomar's body steers, and with great effort he raises his sagging head. His eyes barely open, he looks directly at you.
Get inside! Run!
Okay. I think this is a bivouac, or what it was called. Straining against the gale that threatens to pull you off your feet with every step, you set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. The words used here, man. For a non-native speaker, not easy. With a last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Hearden trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers who had been feigning death lunges for Hearden and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Hearden lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break his hold. They are close to you, despite the wind, from your position. If you were to throw your weapon at the attacker, you would have a good chance at hitting your mark. I grab a rock and hurl it to the attacker instead. Your aim is true, and the hit jars Hearden loose. Lurching to his feet, Hearden clambers up the base of the rocks as he nears the top. However, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But diving out onto the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it. Securing his other hand, you pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arms will be jerked from their sockets. They hold just long enough for Hearden to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. There is a deep resonance to the swelling wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight.
Was that?
A bivouac. Had to be.
Then we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside.
Okay, and with that, I will cut the episode here and see you when we try to escape the bivouac in this ruins of Sealand Bliss, whatever. See you guys, bye-bye.